Hello, motherfucker.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？Now that's a lot of damage! 今度こそ死ねい！
Karina is a permanent 4-star water axe unit, who I believe everyone has in their character roster. She has a mana spiral that turned her into the new face of cheesing. Like how Fjorman people are able to cheese the heck out of Brunhilde, Karina is able to cheese the shit out of Ayaha and Otoha. Outside of the Agito battles, Karina is still a deadly force to be reckoned with, and is a powerful addition to any water team. Let's find out why is that the case. Her first skill, Raging Tide, is the main highlight of her kit. It costs slightly over 3000 SP, and deals at least 1636% damage, and inflicts Frostbite. Additionally, the more buffs Karina has on her, the more powerful this skill becomes, with a 5% additional skill damage per buff. There isn't a cap on the maximum amount of buffs she can have, but from personal experience, 9 was the most I've ever got on Karina, bringing in an extra 45% skill damage. The damage increase is very significant, and any player using her should get as many buffs on her as possible, before activating this skill, to deal massive damage. Overall this skill is very impressive, with high damage, and a decent SP cost for an axe unit. Black Flag costs just above 5600 SP, deals 2080% damage, and pulls in enemies. This skill also increases Karina's defense by 30% for 30 seconds. This is a powerful skill that is more useful in crowd control due to its ability to gather enemies. The defense buff is a nice bonus to have on anyone. Overall this skill has good damage, and also some good utilities. For her co-abilities, setting aside the standard defense co-ability, the chain co-ability is a nice relief from the typical elemental resistance variant, and is also easier to trigger. For her abilities, they are simple, yet perform well. Her healing double buff allows her to stay alive longer, which actually syncs well with her skill too. If an ability such as HP 70 equals defense buff is equipped, she'll just keep healing, making Karina an incredibly tanky unit. Her potent stun resist is one of her only sources of strength buffs, which is a nice bonus. Her last ability fully preps her skills at the start of a battle, and fills skill gauges by 5% every time a skill is used by her. This property makes her optimal as a team leader, with 4 skills at her disposal, when including the weapon skill that costs less than the shared skills. This property also makes her more skill focused, rather than strength focused. Karina is definitely a juggernaut, having great damage and impressive survivability. Her overall kit makes her offense style more skill oriented, so equipping her with offensive abilities that complement her skills is definitely necessary. I would pick skill damage, HP 70 equals defense, skill haste, and frostbitten punisher as my primary abilities. Other suitable abilities include crit rate and damage, strength double buff, and any strength buffing abilities. For dragons, I would definitely put in Siren or the rabbits, as her skills are her primary source of damage. You can also put in Leviathan or even Reborn Poseidon, if you want to. For her weapon, the Ohahagari is definitely the top pick, especially if you refine the weapon, which further complements her survivability. Mercy's Azure Tide and Chimeratek Hilmisha are easier to obtain alternatives. For her Wimprints, these are what I would choose to equip on Karina. Karina's Mana Spiral is definitely one of the player favorites out there. She became a beast in battle, with very high survivability and great skill damage. Even though she is susceptible to burn, especially when fighting High Brunhilde, she is still able to bash her way to victory. As many players should have her, I definitely recommend anyone to fully build her, especially if you want to challenge Master Ayaha and Otoha, a stage where she shines brightly. Overall, she is an excellent unit that possibly outperforms many other water units out there. Now go out there and live life following Karina's philosophy, living at fullest without being chained down by your upbringing. That's all from me. Moga out.